Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Aishat Ombalale Abayomi, and this is week 2 of the 6 months of changing my makeup game from the amateur right now to a much more professional level. And for week 2, I am still focusing on eyebrow. I want to focus on being able to draw eyebrow according to my face shape or according to my eyebrow shape. So stay tuned. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment on this channel. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome to day 1. And for day 1, I'm going to be focusing on drawing eyebrow according to my eyebrow shape. That is actually what I'll be doing throughout this week. I just want to improve on how to draw my own personal eyebrow so that I'll be able to draw it well and conceal it perfectly. So right now I'll be tracing out the outline of my eyebrow shape. I'm just using the normal method of just tracing out the shape according to my eyebrow shape. I already did the lower part and then I'm doing the upper part, just trying to draw it along how my eyebrow has been shaped. So this is really not difficult for me to do. Like, it's really not difficult for me to do in that sense, because I'm just following the outline that has been there already, and then I'm just shading in, and then I'm doing the other side too. So for me, I really like holding onto the arch so that I will be able to know the right positioning for the arch, and then I would not place it elsewhere, thereby making my eyebrow look somehow or making it look out of place in that sense. So I finished drawing both sides and I started concealing. So I just go over gently with my concealer for the outer part of my eyebrow. I use concealer for that. I said that in my last video. Then that I use foundation for the inner corner, moving from the inner corner to a bit inwards. I use foundation for that part, foundation that is my skin color. Then I just blend out what I have concealed. I go to the second part of the eyebrow, and then I do the same thing. I do what I've done to the left hand side, I do that to the right hand side, or what I've done to the right hand side, I do to the left hand side. So I just wear my foundation to conceal this outer part of my eyebrow. Then I just blend out. I just blend thoroughly, and then I go over with my foundation to conceal the top of the eyebrow. I just go over gently to conceal, and I make sure that as I'm concealing, it's in a straight line and it looks straight and tidy. Doesn't look messy, or it doesn't appear in a zigzag manner. So after I'm satisfied with the way I've concealed or the shape of the eyebrow that I want, after being able to conceal out the shape of the eyebrow that I want, I just try as much as possible to just blend how well, so that there won't be too much product along that side, and then I just blend out well with my beauty blender so that there won't be too much product along that side. And I think I'm liking the shape of what I'm seeing for this part that I just concealed. So I go over with the second part, I go over to the second side of the eyebrow to do the same thing. I conceal with my foundation, and then I just go over gently. For me, because my concealing game, or should I say concealing method, is really not professional yet in that sense, so I just try as much as possible to go over gently so that I would not spoil the eyebrow I drew with the pencil. So I'm really very careful when I want to conceal, and as I'm concealing, I just check both sides to see if they are equal and if they are giving what I want it to give, and if that is correct, if both sides are looking alike. After I make necessary adjustments, I just dab with my beauty blender, and then I just spool with my spooler. But if I notice that there are still some errors, let's say one hat is looking higher than the other, I just make the necessary corrections, and then this is the result of what I drew today, and I think it looks good. Thank you for watching till the end. Hi guys, welcome to day 2. And for day 2, I will still be drawing my eyebrow according to my eyebrow shape, or according to the way my eyebrow has been shaped. I already did the necessary prep, which is to dab with powder and rather spool with my spoolie brush. And this is me drawing according to the way my eyebrow has been shaped. I just draw and then fill in the places that seems empty. You see those places that looks empty, I just try and brush as possible to just fill them in. It looks darker towards the tail end and filling towards the inner corner. If it looks dark at the end, like when I finish drawing and concealing, I'll just spool with my spoolie brush so that it will give that natural feel at the inner corner. I mean the tip of the eyebrow. That's why I spool with a spoolie brush, just to give the natural feel. I've moved on to drawing the second eyebrow, and then I'm filling in those spaces so that it wouldn't look lighter than the other side of the eyebrow. And then I'm concealing with my concealer. Today I used a much more lighter shade of concealer. I really don't know why I used a lighter shade, but I just used the concealer that I just felt like using. Though I'm not even actually supposed to use this concealer. According to what I've read, I'm actually supposed to use a concealer that is either 1 shade or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, and this one is actually way more than 1 shade or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, but we move. So I'm concealing the second part. I think I'm satisfied with the way I concealed the first part, and then I'm just going over the second part with my concealer, and then I just go over it. I hold my hatch so that I'll be able to get the proper bend that I want along that side, and then I go over with my foundation at the inner corner. By the time I finish blending both the foundation and the concealer together, I'm sure the color would, like, it will bring down that very bright color. So I go over with my foundation at the top of my eyebrow to conceal that place. So this eyebrow, the way I'm concealing it is looking very, very thin already, and I hope that by the end of this video I'll be satisfied with what I've done in this side. So I'm just concealing and then making necessary corrections where possible. If I feel like it's not as long as, the tail is not as long as I want it to be, I was just going with my pencil to extend the length of the eyebrow and then over to the other side to start work on the other side of my eyebrow. The goal is just to make sure that they look like twins and not sisters. So I keep making necessary adjustment where possible to just make sure that both sides of my eyebrow are looking the same way. I dab with my beauty blender. When I've achieved that goal, I spool with my spoolie brush just to give the natural vibe, and then I check the length of both sides to see that they are the same thing. And that will be all for day 2. Hi guys, welcome to day 3, and I'm actually doing the necessary prep by dabbing with my powder and spoolie with my spoolie brush. So for day 3, I'll be using the 5-point method, and we all know how the 5-point method works. I'll be using the 5-point method for day 2. It's been a while I used this method actually, because I'm just trying to switch between different types of methods that I know just to achieve the goal that I want to achieve. So for the 5-point method, you move from 1 point. That is, you move from the inner corner to the hatch, then you move downward to the tail. Then after you're done with that, you move from the inner corner to the hatch height. You go gently, you go inward towards the arch height, and then to the tail, and then you move from the thickness to the hatch down to the tail. Then you fill in your eyebrow with hair where you feel there are spaces, and then I use the same method for the second part of my eyebrow. I move from the inner corner to the hatch, to the tail, then from the inner corner to the heart height, then to the tail, then from the thickness to the heart, then to the tail. I fill in my eyebrows just to fill up the space in between them. So for today, I'm actually using a concealer that is a shade lighter than my skin color, and that's what I'll be going for today. So for now, this is actually still the concealer method that I'm using. I mean, a way to conceal my eyebrow, because I've seen this method in some of the videos that I watched online, and I'll be making more research. Like, I'll watch more videos on drawing eyebrow or concealing to see if there will be a better method that I can find that would still give me the perfect results that I want. I mean, that will still give the same results, but it would be in a much more better way, that I would use lesser products and I would not have to make the whole place look messy just because I'm concealing or just in the name of concealing. So it might be looking like it's messy to me because I'm still not able to really conceal well, or it might be because I use too much product. But for me, I'll just try and look around, watch videos, and see if I'll be able to get a method that would save products, save time, at the same time give the perfect results that I want. So for this particular eyebrow that I'm concealing, I'm already foreseeing that it would look different, because the way I concealed the right eyebrow is not the way I'm concealing this left eyebrow, and then it's looking different already. So it's really going to give me issues when I want to conceal the upper part, because by the time I finish concealing the upper part of both sides of this eyebrow that I'm looking at right now, they're going to give two different eyebrow. It will be different because this side that I'm concealing right now is giving the upward, that is giving straight eyebrow, and then the other part that I've not yet concealed the upper part with foundation is giving soft arc vibe. So this eyebrow, there are two different eyebrow, and to make them look alike, I'm going to put in a lot of work. I'm actually going to put in a lot of work here. But for now, let me just dab with my beauty blender and see if I'll be able to make the necessary corrections that can be made about it. So I think where things went wrong is when I was concealing the right side of my eyebrow. I concealed it in such a way that it deviated from the way I drew the eyebrow with a pencil. So that was where things went wrong, and then it would actually make me have to put in a lot of work so as to make sure that the two eyebrow end up looking the same way. But I will just still conceal the upper part of this eyebrow first, and then see how I can make the necessary corrections. I'll dab with my beauty blender just to see how it is looking like, the shape it is giving, and then go over to the other side of my eyebrow to make the correction so that they would look alike. I already checked, and then I've seen where I ought to have made the necessary corrections. Right now, the two things I'm seeing is that for this eyebrow that I'm working on right now, the arc is lower than the other eyebrow, and then the space between the arch and the arc height is very small. Like, it's smaller compared to this other eyebrow. So that is what I need to work on. I need to reduce the space between the arch and the arch height of this eyebrow so that it will look the same way with the other part. In as much as I'll be working on the lower part, I have to work on the other upper parts too, to reduce both sides. And I've done that. If you check what I'm doing now, I'm just trying to straighten the lower part of this eyebrow so that it will not give the zigzag vibe. There will be no zigzag, and then I'll just dab with my beauty blender, just dab around to just clean every excess foundation or concealer that might be around, then spool with my spoolie brush after I spool my spoolie brush, I just spool the tip to give that natural feel to it. And then this is result of what I did for day 3. This day 3 gave me a lot of headache because of the way I actually concealed. I concealed both sides in 2 different ways, but I'm happy that I was still able to make the necessary corrections, and then they're looking alike. So that will be all for day 3. Hi guys, welcome to day 4. And in my last video, I mean for day 3, I made mention of the fact that I was going to make more research. I would watch various makeup videos to see if there's a better way to conceal that would save time, save products, save effort. I would still give the same result rather. And I did. I found a video of a way to conceal that really did not use much product and still give the perfect result. I mean, still give the results that the person really wanted. And I'll be trying that out. And as I try it out, I would be explaining to us how it is being done. So for today, I would be using the 5-point method, which I've started already, and I'm just trying to join the lines together, then shading or filling the spaces that are available in the eyebrow that I've drawn. And I'll be doing the same thing for the second part too, the 5-point. One of the reasons why I like using the 5-point method is because it is actually way easier for me to be able to properly draw the outline of my eyebrow according to my eyebrow shape, because those points are located at the different point of my eyebrow. So when I end up drawing, it just still follows the line of my natural eyebrow or the way my eyebrow has been shaped. So, and I made mention of the fact that I like holding onto the hatch so that I'll be able to get the proper positioning of the hatch, and then I fill in with my pencil. I fill in the spaces with my pencil so that there will be no empty spaces showing. So down to the method I'm talking about, you just use your concealer brush to scoop little product, and then you just go along the line. Downwards. You go along the line of the eyebrow you already drew. So you just use your concealer brush to just go downwards along that line. All you just have to do is just follow your brush with the line you already drew, and then just blend out the excess product that is left there. I'll be doing the same thing for the upper part too. I'll be using my concealer brush to scoop little foundation, then I will just follow the outline of the way I drew the upper parts of the eyebrow. I just follow that line from the inner corner to the heart, then down to the tail. I just follow gently because I'm using little product. It doesn't look really messy. It does not look messy at all. It does not look messy at all. And I'm able to properly blend out any product that is there. So it makes my blending easy because there are no much products to begin with. And then because I use a concealer shade that is way lighter than my skin shade, I am going to be going on with my foundation for the outer part to just cover that part so that it will not be too bright. And I'll be doing the same thing for the other side too. So for me, I really love this method because this method saved time, it saved effort, and it saved product. So when you are using this method, you really have to be careful because you are going directly under the line that you drew, like the ending of your eyebrow. You're going directly under that line, so you have to be very careful while concealing. So I love this method. It was way easy for me, and I was able to save products. And it was not even about saving product, but just because I was able to try out a new method that really helped, gave me the same result that I wanted, and my work was not really looking messy. So in subsequent times, I'm sure that I would definitely be trying out this method because I really like it. So here
I've finished concealing both sides of the eyebrow. I've dabbed with my beauty blender, and then I'm spooling with the spoolie brush just to give that natural hair at the tip of both eyebrow. And then I'm blending out the excess concealer that I observed towards the tail end of the eyebrow. And then this is it. I really love this method. It is easy to emulate and it gives the desired result that I want. And this will be all for day 4. Hi guys, welcome to day 5, and for day 5 I would still be using my newly found easy method of concealing. So I've done the prep. I'm using the 5-point method. By now we should all be familiar with the type of 5-point method that I use, or the way I use the 5-point method. So I just go over those points. I join the points using lines along the shape of my eyebrow, and then I fill in spaces that might be available. So for me, this week has really been taxing in the sense that I had issues with having to properly draw my eyebrow according to my eyebrow shape, and with the fact that I concealed, and the way I concealed was different from the way I concealed one part of the eyebrow was different from the other part. It really gave me issues, and it ended up giving me 2 different kind of eyebrow. But I'm really happy that I was able to rectify that issue that occurred during the week, and then I learned one thing or the other, and I was able to still gain more knowledge as regards that. And the fact that pushed me to watch more videos on how to draw eyebrow or how to properly conceal is like the best thing that happened this week. I was able to get a new method that saved time, that saved products, and to me it was easy to use, though I had to practice about 4 times before I was really able to get my hands on it. But I'm really happy that it was worth it. Like the whole practicing behind the scene was really worth it. The whole practicing behind the scene and on scene was really, really worth it. And it still gives me the desired shape that I want, or the desired result that I want. And I would be trying this method in subsequent times. That does not mean I'll be neglecting the other method I've been using. No, I would not. But I will still be trying this new method, and the old method. So far in the 2 weeks of learning, I've been able to identify my weaknesses in drawing eyebrow. When I draw at first, I just have to make sure that they look similar. What I've drawn with my pencil, they look similar, so that when I want to conceal, it will be easy to conceal. And then as I conceal, I just make sure that if I've concealed the left side of my eyebrow in a particular way, I would follow that same way in concealing the right side of my eyebrow, so that I would not conceal both sides in 2 different ways, thereby giving me 2 different types of eyebrow. So this week has been exciting, it's been educative, and I've had to practice a lot behind the scene so as to really improve my eyebrow game. And then I'm really happy that things are working out well in the way that I really want them to work out. Things are going the way I want them to go. And then so this part, I've already done the right hand side rather, and then I'm working on the left side of my eyebrow. And because I'm using little products, we can properly see the outline that I've drawn or what I've concealed. We can see that because the product are not too much, it's not messy. And then this method has really helped me to be able to get the desired result. So week 2 as my whole energy up, like I'm all hyped up right now to make more research, to watch more videos, to read more books, so as just to learn ways on how to make things simpler, easier, and still get the desired result that I want. And that will be all for week 2. So guys, please make sure you leave a comment, and you subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching.